One day, an old man was casually walking along a country lane with his dog and his mule. And suddenly a speeding pickup truck careened around the corner, knocking the man, his mule, and his dog into a ditch. Now, the old man decided to sue the driver of the truck, seeking to recoup the cost of the damages. Now, while the old man was on the stand in the courtroom, the counsel for the defense cross-examined the man by asking him a simple question. I want you to answer yes or no to the following question. Did you or did you not say at the time of the accident that you were perfectly fine? And the man said, well, me and my dog and my mule were walking along the road. And the counsel for the defense said, Stop. I asked you, tell me yes or no. Did you say you were perfectly fine at the time of the accident? Well, me and my dog and my mule were walking along the road, and the defense attorney appealed to the judge. Your Honor, he said, the man is not answering the question. Would you please insist that he answer the question? The judge said, well, obviously he wants to tell us something. Let him speak. So the man said, well, me and my dog and my mule were walking along the road, and this truck came around the corner far too fast, knocked me into the ditch. The driver stopped, got out of his truck, saw that my dog was badly injured, went back to his truck, got his rifle, and shot it. Then he saw that my mule had broken his leg, so he shot it. Then he said to me, how are you? And I said, I'm perfectly fine. And what's the moral of the story? Well, always listen to the whole story. Be clear and transparent in our communication. Thus, this weekend, if you saw the bulletin, we call it Stewardship Weekend. So we do hope to be clear and transparent with you as to the state of our Cathedral Parish. First of all, I'm just deeply indebted to all of our Cathedral parishioners for your response to our restoration campaign. I think you may have heard that you have raised over $1 million. This is a tremendous tribute to you and your love for the cathedral. And this shows the entire diocese that we as a parish are committed to keeping this beautiful structure in good shape for future generations. But also, I think it's also very important not just to celebrate that reality that you have been part of, but to celebrate your tremendous commitment to the poor and the needy by the sacrifices of your volunteer time, your talents, and your funds to our many outreach programs. You have overwhelmingly supported our free health and dental clinic services, which are booming. The needs for free dental services in our community for those who have no insurance, it's just overwhelming. And because of that, our volunteer dentists and staff have now put together plans to make our dental area much bigger, much nicer, and they've gone out and got many different wonderful grants to expand our clinic, which will be happening very soon. You've also always supported our cathedral emergency services across the street, as well as feeding the poor by working at the Samaritan Center, making dinners, and leaving food off at our masses for our pantry across the street. So I want to thank you all for making the cathedral an extremely vibrant parish, where our worship leads to our caring for others who are in need. Just a quick update on our restoration. Those of you who are parishioners here and attend regularly know that there are 2 phases to our restoration. The first phase is happening, as you can maybe see as you walk by the former prayer park and you see this door blocked. Phase 1. If you've ever built a house, you'll know what we're going through. We were supposed to move back in Labor Day. Now they're saying Thanksgiving. And it's going to take a while if you ever had a chance to go through there. But there's an old building. It's a very old building. And there was much more asbestos than we thought. and there were complications around every corner, but it is progressing, and it certainly will be worth the wait. Phase 2 begins, we hope, May 1st. The planning is in process with, let me tell you, many, many different kinds of meetings. And after Christmas, we hope to share with all of you the plans and how it will impact our worship for a few months. So many thanks for your continued patience. You have been wonderful with this restoration project. We will certainly continue to need your continued patience and support as we begin Phase 2 in the spring. If you have ever visited New York City in the last few years, you were well aware that St. Patrick's was laden with all kinds of scaffolding, but well worth the patient wait for that. You've all been extremely helpful, and I am very grateful. If you had a chance to see that wonderful movie called Sully about the airplane crash in the Hudson, there's an amazing scene at the end where they're trying to make Sully the hero. And Sully stops and says, "You're wrong." He said, "We're a team. It was not just me who saved those people. It was my co-pilot. It was all the stewardesses, the stewards, and it was the people on the plane. We are a team." Well, that's exactly what we are here at the Cathedral. We are a team, and I am most grateful for the tremendous support that you have given to all of us. Now I'd like to introduce, for just a couple of moments, our business manager, Beth Pronesti, who will just share with us the financial report that we try to give to you every year.
Thank you, Father Neal. Good evening. I started here at Cathedral about 3 years ago, and at the time I was perfectly fine. Now, there's a lot of chaos going on around us. I knew that we were going to need a new roof for the cathedral. It was over 100 years old, and I thought, okay, I can handle that. But I didn't know what was to follow. There was a small leak in our bell tower last year, and it turned into a $500,000 fix. And now look what is happening. The rectory has been emptied, and the inside has been demolished. Our offices have moved to the Bishop Curley building, and we have porta-johns in the back in the vestibule. But when it's all completed, we're going to have a beautiful new gathering space. We'll have great multi-use rooms for meetings and classrooms, nice offices, nice residencies for the priests of the parish. Also last year, we had some changes in our key positions in the parish. We have a new pastoral associate, Sharon Secor. Alan Lynch is our new director of music, and we have a new director of faith formation, Jenna McLaughlin. Both Father Neal and I have added a few more gray hairs over all the changes in the past year. I'm here to review some of the figures that make up our financials for the year ended June 30th, 2016. If you're interested in reading the report, it's posted on Cathedral's website. I made copies a little while ago, and they're on my desk in the office. I forgot to bring them over, so I'll bring them over next week. First, I'd like to thank you for your continued generosity to the support of our wonderful parish. We have been overwhelmed by your support of the restoration project and the continued success of the Bishop's Cup Cathedral Classic Golf Tournament and Banquet. Thank you very much. Cathedral's mission statement is an important key to who we are. The mission states Cathedral's doors are open to all who worship and pray as a spiritual home away from home, and that through these doors, the cathedral ministers to the needs of the community by providing food for the hungry, comfort to the sick and elderly, hope to those in jail, and education for the young. In the past year, there were many occasions where we came together to worship and pray with our families. There are daily and weekly masses, beautiful holiday services, baptisms, weddings, and funerals. This is where we spend the majority of our donated monies to make the cathedral a place of comfort, peace, and beauty. The cost to make this possible is over $600,000 for operations, clergy salary and benefits, wonderful music, church supplies, utility costs, and the cost of personnel for maintenance and security of our beautiful buildings. We take pride in ministering to the needs of the community by providing food for the hungry and comfort to the sick and elderly, support to Cathedral Emergency Services, Samaritan Center, Emmaus Health and Dental Services, the Christmas gift-giving program, and other human development projects throughout the year cost more than $60,000. We're also proud of our dedication to educating our youth. Children are so important for a vibrant parish, and we have a great faith formation program for our children. Last year, we spent about $25,000 on the program, and the Cathedral Parish was assessed close to $85,000 for Catholic education in the diocesan schools. The remainder of $175,000 goes to indirect administrative costs that are needed to support the above-mentioned ministries. We have been blessed with devout and generous parishioners that have helped us to accomplish the balancing of revenues against expenditures. And we have made adjustments to our expenditures and have been very careful in our spending. We at Cathedral will continue to be good stewards of your donations and continue to closely monitor our costs and expenses. Now I would like to ask all of you to be generous with your time and talent as you have been with your treasure. The ushers will be passing out cards for stewardship volunteers. Please look at the different categories and consider volunteering some extra time you may have to help us accomplish our mission. After filling out the card, you may put it in the collection basket or in the basket at the back after Mass, and we'll contact you in a few weeks. Again, thank you for your continued support.